You're listening to the Skrunkus Catalogue, a podcast where we talk about fiction and the many tales within. This is episode 1, the horrifying continuity of the honeycomb cereal.
Honeycomb's big, yeah. It's not small, no.
Honeycomb cereal is known for two leading factors, the honey flavor and the size of the pieces. However, dig a little beneath the surface and you can find the implications of something far darker. So let's begin looking through the various ad campaigns. It's first important to point out that I believe the ads aired out of order, and as such I will be presenting the ads in the order they occurred, though the first series of ads still takes place first in the chronological timeline. The first ad campaign is known as the Honeycomb Hideout. These ads feature a group of kids in a location known as the Honeycomb Hideout. This hideout is seemingly located a far distance away from the city, as seen in some ads, so it's uncertain if they live there or if they have a method of transport. All the ads are structured in the same way. An adult approaches the hideout asking for a big cereal with big taste. The kids offer the cereal to the adults who enjoy it, and everyone wins in the end. Now, given the fact that these adults seemingly need to go very far out of their way for this cereal, it can be assumed that there is no honeycomb available in the city, either due to it being outlawed or not being popular enough to get shelf space. If this is the case, we can assume that the kids are the distributors of this illicit honeycomb, and the hideout is their base of operations. Now, the next commercial series is a bit of an odd one to place, primarily due to the fact that I believe the majority of its ads are lost media. The Secret to Honeycomb's Great Taste campaign followed a character known as the Honeycomb Kid, who sought to learn the secret of honeycomb's great taste. Now, due to the limited information I was able to dig up on the campaign, it's difficult to place exactly. It could go before or after the Hideout campaign, but the kid's investigation into the honeycomb's seemingly addictive flavor could also be seen as looking into why the Hideout kids are so desperate to distribute them. So far, we've established that the honeycomb cereal is an extremely addictive cereal that is either not currently legal or is just beginning to have relevance. The cereal also seems to have a few secret properties to it that are kept hidden from the general public. But the next campaign in the timeline is where things take a turn towards the sinister. Bernard the Bee Boy is a feral child who is allegedly raised by bees. He is seemingly nonverbal, only being able to talk through buzzing sounds, and is obsessed with the honeycomb cereal. Now, it must be asked if the odd behavior he possesses is a symptom of the honeycomb cereal. It would reasonably explain why it was seemingly outlawed across the ads and are being studied by researchers. Interestingly, there's another bee boy seen in one ad implying that the honeycombs are becoming an epidemic. So the question must be asked, if the honeycomb is transforming children into these feral kids, what will become of them in the future? Well, the final ad campaign shows us the end result.
Someday you'll be taking a spelling test, a real no-brainer, when suddenly, whoa, there'll be no stopping it.
You honeycomb, me want honeycomb.
The Craver is a deeply distressing mascot character. They are a small psychotic furball who is completely obsessed with honeycomb, and there are tons of them. Where did these come from? Well, the ad spells it out for us. Children who eat the honeycomb turn into them. This is what we saw happening with Bernard, though his process was seemingly more prolonged than children in the Craver ads. Now, while the children are seemingly able to turn back after eating the honeycomb, we see many Cravers through the ads who are not changing form, implying that they are fully turned. These fully turned Cravers can also be seen acting as proverbial devils on the children's shoulders, trying to convince them to eat more honeycomb. This is disturbing, as it implies that the Cravers are aware of the transformation process and are actively trying to convert more children into Cravers. But now we have all the pieces on the table, so let's put the puzzle together. In this universe, honey seemingly has some sort of supernatural effect on people who eat it. Because of this, honeycomb cereal is outlawed due to the high dosage of honey per piece, which is why so much emphasis is placed on the size of the pieces in the ad. Anyone who wants honeycomb has to travel to a location known as the Honeycomb Hideout to get their hands on a box. The growing popularity of honeycomb cereal leads investigators into looking into the reason for why the cereal is so dangerous. One of the investigators is known as the Honeycomb Kid, who wants to find the secret of honeycomb's great taste, which could be code for why are people getting so addicted to this. As an interesting fact, the final ad reveals the secret is the honey taste. which would make sense if honey is the cause of the danger. Soon after, Bernard the bee boy is discovered. Having lived his whole life primarily living on a honey diet, the public is made aware of the dangers as more and more bee people start showing up. At this point, honeycomb is too large to stop, and any children who consume it, or even think about it, will be turned into the ravenous cravers, who seek only to spread their affliction worldwide. And as of now, that is the end of the honeycomb timeline. Hopefully in the future, a cure for the cravers will be found, and society will be allowed to heal. This has been the Skrunkus Catalogue. Thank you for listening.